Today in our 2019 Honda Pilot, we're going to be test fitting the Hollywood Rack's Trail Rider 2-bike platform rack, which is part number HR200Z. Now this bike rack is a great accessory. It's going to be able to haul up to 2 bikes to your destination, and it's going to secure your bikes at 3 different points. You can see those 3 different points are making sure that the bike stays on the rack, it doesn't move at all, and it's not going to make contact with the other bike. The 3 points where it's secured is we have a hook and loop strap on the back wheel, and then we have the same thing on the front wheel. Both of those straps are holding the wheel down into the tray. The 3rd point of contact is going to be up here with this padded frame hook. The padding is going to help protect the frame of your bike from any type of scratches or abrasions, and it's putting downward force on top of our bike, forcing it down into the trays. And like I said, it's very tight. You can see the bike, when I shake the bike, the whole rack starts to shake with it. It's not going anywhere. Well, let's go ahead and take the bike off. It's a pretty easy process. We're just going to take the hook and loop straps off first. Tear off the hook and loop, pull it out. Now when we come to the frame hook, we're going to keep a grip on our bike, but before we remove the hook, I'm going to come down here, I'm going to pull this pin out, like so. This is going to make for an easy removal of the bike. Now we'll go ahead and push down and lift up on the hook. Now from here, rather than having to maneuver around the hooks, trying to make sure you don't hit your bike on the bike rack or hit your bike on your vehicle, we can just fold that arm down. That pin that we removed is what was holding that arm in place up there. And now we can just pick it right up and off without worrying about damaging our vehicle. And then when you're all done unloading or loading, you can just fold it up. And also keep in mind that you only want to do that for the front bike. If you're going to load 2 bikes, you're going to want to put this pull up before you put your second bike on. We'll make sure we replace that pin so it stays in place. Now with any hitch mounted accessory, you are going to be adding on some length to your vehicle. With this bike rack, from the end of our Pilot to the outermost point, it's going to be 26.5 inches we've added onto the back of our vehicle. You can see this nice raise in the shank, so our ground clearance is going to be about 19 inches right there, and it sits pretty close to the vehicle, so you shouldn't have any troubles if you're pulling into your driveway up a curb over speed bumps. You shouldn't have problems with dragging. Then the closest point of our bike rack to the Pilot is going to be probably around where these cradles are. We've got 9.5 inches right there, but they're stationary. You're not going to have to worry about them making contact. Now we can't fold this bike rack up to the vehicle at all, but there is a way you can fold up to conserve on space. Now how we're going to do that is we're going to fold up these arms. So what we're going to do is come and pull these pins like so, and then you fold up the arm like that, and it makes it kind of fold up like a suitcase to create for better storage, because then it's not going to take up as much space. When you have both arms like that, it makes storage very easy. And one last thing I want to show you guys is that this can't tilt away from the vehicle either, but there is a way we can access the trunk without having to take the bike rack off. We're just going to come and pull this pin again and fold down the arm like before. Now with no bikes loaded and that arm down, the trunk can open up with nothing in its way, and you do have a good amount of space to slide into here. You can get whatever you might need out of your trunk and be on your way. And then when you're all done, just got to fold this arm up like so, just like that. And then personally, when I don't have any bikes loaded and I'm still on my hitch, I'm just going to go ahead and fold up these arms so that it's not taking up any more space and it's ready for storage for when I want to take it off my vehicle. So now it's folded up like a suitcase, and we don't have to worry about any type of storage problems. Now down here at the hitch, we're going to see that we have a 2-inch hitch receiver with an anti-rattle bolt and a lock on the other side. This lock is a great feature because no one can remove the bike rack without that key. The bolt, when tightened down, is going to take away the shake and play from a bike rack while we're traveling. Now you see that the shank itself is pretty small compared to the hitch receiver. Well, that's because the end of the shank right here is for 1.25 inch hitches. Right now we have a 2-inch sleeve on the end of the shank, making it compatible with this 2-inch hitch. If you have another vehicle in your household that has an 1.25-inch hitch, you can just take that sleeve off and the shank is compatible with that 1.25-inch hitch. Well, that's going to do it for our look at the Hollywood Racks Trail Lighter 2-bike platform rack on our 2019 Honda Pilot.